You good? Good morning. Well, I'm sorry. Good afternoon. Yeah. Good afternoon, and welcome to the St. Maureen Parish Council regular meeting of February 3rd, 2026 at 5 p.m. in the Cal Fusilier meeting room of the St. Maureen Parish Government Annex Building. Please silence all cell phones and remove all hats. The public may comment upon any item which requires a vote by the St. Maureen Parish Council. We ask that you fill out a request to speak form located in the back of the room. Once completed, you are to bring it to the sheriff deputy who will give it to me. I would like to call the meeting to order with a prayer led by Council Clerk Ms. Brooke Thibodeau.
We, the members of the St. Martin Parish Council, having been chosen to represent the people of the parish, beg of thee, Almighty God, to enlighten our minds so that our work will be just and fair in all things. Give us the courage and strength to fulfill our duties according to the laws of the land, and in so doing, fulfilling also thy holy will on earth and in heaven, through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Mr. Clay, would you lead us in the pledge?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, everyone's present.
Item 5, approval of minutes, regular meeting of January 6, 2026.
I need a motion and a second to approve. I have a motion by Mr. Melanson, second by Mr. Louviere. Call for the vote. Can I get a motion and a second to extend the agenda for meetings from January 31st, 2026? I have a motion by Mr. Melanson, seconded by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Special meeting of January 31st, 2026.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Poirier, second by Ms. Jean-Baptiste. Call for the vote.
Item 6, persons to address the council. There is none. Special business A, Lee Durio to announce his candidacy for Brobridge City Court Judge.
Mr. Durio?
Yes, as the council knows, I'm Lee Durio. For everyone here, my name's Lee Durio, and I want to thank the council for having me tonight. A little over 2 years ago, the administration and the parish council gave me the opportunity to serve you guys as your parish attorney. So I felt it only right to announce here for the first time publicly in front of you guys, my wife, my children, my family, my supporters, my candidacy for Brobridge City Court Judge. A lot of people have asked me in the course of campaigning, why do you want to be the Brobridge City Court Judge? And that's the easiest question I could answer. The Brobridge City Court Judgeship presents the most unique opportunity for St. Martin Parish, for an attorney who wants to be a judge. Serving as a district court judge in this parish requires you to go 3 parishes, St. Mary, Iberia, St. Martin. Those are all lovely parishes, but the thought of not serving my people here in Brobridge and in Ward 4, that would be the most unique opportunity for me. Ward 4, I've lived in my entire life. I've lived in the city of Brobridge. I've lived outside of the jurisdiction of the city in Ward 4, and I cannot think of a better place to potentially sit on the bench and make decisions. I went to school in Ward 4, went to St. Bernard, went to Brobridge High School. I've raised my family in Ward 4. Everything around St. Martin Parish for me has been involved in Ward 4. What makes me qualified to be Brobridge City Court Judge? In May of this year will be 9 years practicing as an attorney. Some people may not think that's a lot, but when you do the capacity of the practice I do, it's double or triple what the average attorney, what I would do. What I do everything: personal injury, criminal, domestic, civil litigation, governmental. Obviously, I've served as your parish attorney for over 2 years, and I've also helped St. Martin Parish since 2018 with nuisance and planning and zoning violations. I I've been heavily involved in domestic violence as a contract attorney for the Louisiana Coalition Against Domestic Violence and Shea Hope. I would challenge any lawyer that wants to come to St. Maureen Parish Courthouse on a domestic violence case and see if they know more than me about domestic violence. And representing victims of domestic violence, men and women, and children for that fact. Criminal, I've had a private criminal practice. I've served as a public defender in Acadia Parish for 2 years, felony only. That ranged from drug charges to second-degree murder. When you're a public defender, you get it all, representing people in jail, outside of jail. Being an attorney and practicing a wide range of things, you know everything. You learn a lot real quick. And that's what the judge in Breaux Bridge City Court does. They need to know everything that comes through that door, how to handle it. So don't let 9 years fool you. 9 years, going to court 3, 4, 5 times a week, 3 different parishes, sometimes in a day, handling court cases. 9 years just doesn't speak to the experience that gives you. Obviously, I've never been a judge before. I'm currently serving as the Henderson Mayor's Court Magistrate Judge. By the time the election comes around and a successor to the Breaux Bridge City Court judgeship is chosen, I have a year of sitting in the Mayor's Court adjudicating traffic issues, misdemeanor cases that are in Henderson. That's going to be a year of practice for the Breaux Bridge City Court judgeship. Some of you were here on the council when I served as a hearing officer for St. Maureen Parish government. That was about a year and a half, where I sat as the quote-unquote magistrate on planning on nuisance violations, where we made decisions on nuisance and how to remedy them and possible penalties. Prior to being an attorney, I served the St. Maureen Parish Sheriff's Office from 2008 to 2017. I was a patrolman. I worked in narcotics. I was a reserve sergeant, and I worked in the office in patrol, in purchasing, a wide range at the sheriff's office. I've always had boots on the ground in Ward 4. I've walked those roads 7 o'clock in the morning, midnight, 3 in the morning, serving as a sheriff's deputy. 2011, Beulah Rose flooded, which is in Ward 4. Where was I? I was in Beulah Rose, evacuating people's homes, notifying people of the impending flood. 2012, when Hurricane Isaac came through St. Maureen Parish, I was in Ward 4, Abraham Lane Highway specifically. When tornadoes hit Grand Point in 2013, in Ward 4, I was working for the sheriff's office. 2016, flooding on Prairie Highway, Cypress Island, which is not entirely in Ward 4, but close enough. I was here in Catahoula at midnight, evacuating people in a canoe from flooded homes. So no one could tell me that I haven't been in Ward 4. I understand that's just natural disasters, but that's what I am. It's going to be about community. Being a judge is being a leader, and that's what the sheriff's office taught me. From deputy to the sheriff, I think everyone over there that wears a badge is a leader, and that's what I did for 9 years at the sheriff's office. On top of working at the sheriff's office, the search warrants, the arrest warrants, the arrest affidavits, the bail conditions, the bond, I've written all those. I've submitted those to judges. Those are all things that the Breaux Bridge City Court judge is going to have to know how to do. Make hard decisions, very difficult decisions on probable cause and things like that. I've written them. Search warrants anywhere from misdemeanor to felony. When I was in narcotics, search warrants were an everyday event for us. From writing the search warrant, from doing the investigation, from forcibly entering the residence and handling business that way. So 9 years at the sheriff's office is 9 years that also prepared me for the Breaux Bridge City Court judgeship in criminal. From the law enforcement side to my private practice representing defendants, we'll call them, to felony matters in Acadia Parish. As you can see, I've spent my whole adult life helping people. I was 17 years old when I started at the sheriff's office, so we could say more than my adult life. And that's been here in St. Maureen Parish, and more specifically, this Ward 4. Ward 4 is from the city of Breaux Bridge. It ranges to Cecilia, to Catahoula, to Beulah Rose. So don't let the name Breaux Bridge City Court fool you. It is far from just a city court. Working for the sheriff's office, I obviously saw domestic violence from arresting people. And again, that's carried over to my private practice. Um, the highlight of my career as an attorney, has been representing victims of domestic violence, has been working for St. Martin Parish government, serving the people of St. Martin Parish. And hopefully the next step is the Broward City Court judgeship. Experience in the community. I've coached anything from t-ball, football, basketball, soccer. And I think the parish president could echo that I'm the fiercest coach for basketball. I love to see these kids get better, and I love to see them progress. We have not won a game this year, but I can tell you, I've been with these kids going on 3 to 5 years, some of them, and this is our best season. They're 9, 10 years old, and this season it clicked. And I hope that had a little bit to do with me. I'm heavily involved at St. Bernard Foundation. I'm a board member. I'm on the athletics committee. I do all my coaching there. Some people think I'm on the payroll. I'm not. I'm there, and I'm selfishly going to say it may not be for the kids. It's for my own kids, but it helps. I'm there for all these children. I love to go on campus, and everyone calls me Coach Lee. The kids I've coached, the kids I don't coach, that's how they know me at St. Bernard. And the president of the Community Coordinated Response Team for Shea Hope, which was an organization where other community leaders, the district attorney, the clerk's office, the small board, a lot of the agencies that you'll have control over would meet to educate on domestic violence and what these agencies could do to help victims. I served on that for about a year. And currently, I'm the vice president for the Tesh Bar Association, and that's for St. Martin, Iberia, St. Mary, and that's for attorneys and judges to know each other. It always helps when you know them before you step into court. It's for education, it's for social, and I'm happy to going on year 2 as serving as their vice president. What I want to do in city court. City court, I believe the current judge is in the audience right now. He's been there quite a long time, which is great. It speaks to the stability of the court. But there's going to be a change come January of this year. Some could argue that Broward City Court is a well-oiled machine, and I tend to agree. But it also presents a problem to me. A well-oiled machine is repetitive. It does the same thing every day. It may run perfect. It may run great, but it could always be better. Broward City Court has a full juvenile court. And I can tell you these juveniles miss a day of school to go to court for a traffic ticket or a criminal offense. And one of my plans for that juvenile court, we're going to make it in the afternoon. We're going to make it after school because that's where these kids need to be. I'm going to sacrifice my time to be there to help these juveniles. We have a juvenile court in St. Martinville. These judges change over. They switch to Iberia, St. Mary. Can you imagine what we could do with these juveniles when you have the same judge that is sitting there for at least 6 years, seeing the same juveniles, maybe the ones that give more problems? Criminal court, well, I can't promise you much in the criminal court, but being fair and making the right decisions. But anyone running for judge should make that promise to you, and if they don't, that's a problem. We're going to help people charged with crimes if we can. The punishment's always going to fit the crime. The law tells you what to do, but there's mitigation factors. There's first-time offenders. There's repetitive offenders. And the punishment will always fit the crime. If the decision's up to me, I can promise you that. Y'all know all too well the sheriff has instituted the STAR program. First-time offenders, drug users, drug abusers. We could use that in city court. I don't know if they're doing that right now, but if I'm there in January 2027, we will. There was a lot of time and money that's been expelled in that program, and it'd be a shame for Ward 4 not to use it in their court. Back to criminal. Victims of domestic violence are always going to be heard in my court, just like a defendant will. The defendant chooses to testify and give up their constitutional rights. We're going to hear them, and we're going to hear what they have to say, and the right decision, to the best of my ability, will always be made. Civil court is anything from credit card judgments. It could hear injunctive relief, anything civil. And I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told the parish president when he offered me this job. If I don't know the answer, I'm gonna find it. I may not know it right there on the bench, but we're gonna find it, and the right decision will be made. Again, to the best of my ability. I think some of the employees here can echo, it's not unusual to get an email from me at 12 in the morning, 1 in the morning. I moved my practice here in 2021 to be in Ward 4. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into my law practice. I put my blood, sweat, and tears to my family. I've given it to you guys. Y'all may not always see it, but it's there. And that's the same blood, sweat, and tears I'm gonna give to the Breaux Bridge City Court, which encompasses Ward 4. So let's not leave the Ward 4 residents out. It's not just a city court. Anytime you come to Breaux Bridge City Court and I'm there and I'm the judge, it's not gonna be Lee Durio's court. It's gonna be the Breaux Bridge City Court for the residents, the people, for the city of Breaux Bridge and Ward 4. So I'm here tonight, I'm giving my speech. I'm hoping for support. I look forward to boots on the ground in Ward 4, the same boots that walked them approximately 8, 9 years ago and further back. They're gonna be there. They may not be boots, they may be some little dress shoes, but it'll be the same feet, and I can promise you that. When someone hires Lee Durio at 241 West Mills Avenue, they get Lee Durio. They don't get an associate attorney. They don't get, my staff is wonderful, but Lee Durio does the legal work and Lee Durio only. And that's the same service that the residents of Ward 4 are gonna get in Breaux Bridge City Court if I'm the judge. Thank y'all again tonight. Thank y'all. For the unsuspecting people who had to come listen, thank y'all for being attentive. And I look forward to the next few months of campaigning. If there's any questions, I'm pretty easy to find. If the black truck is there at 241 West Mills, I welcome anyone to stop in and visit with me. And again, we'll certainly be boots on the ground visiting with people until November 3rd of 2026. Thank y'all.
Mr. Narcisse, Ms. Narcisse, I'm sorry. Mr. Durio, Ms. Narcisse, has a question?
Mr. Dario, you sit as our attorney. You know the time limit. You went over your time. And another thing, and I just want to make sure you want to put that robe over your tailored suits because you know you be.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think the chairman knows all too well it's chairman's discretion, so I'm going to change my hat right now to parish attorney. I hope y'all noticeably missed me from my seat tonight before the meeting started.
I thought you was getting us coffee, so I don't.
Yeah, that part.
And yes, I'm ready to be the Breaux Bridge City Court judge. Again, I believe it's the most unique judgeship opportunity that we have here in St. Martin Parish. That's my community. That's my people. I've served them my entire adult life, and I'm ready to keep serving them. And my only goal for the next couple of months, and hopefully the next 6 years, is to be the Breaux Bridge City Court judge.
Cooley.
Well, on behalf of the chair, as chairman of the council, on behalf of the council, we surely want to appreciate, send out our appreciation of you coming here and addressing this council first, because this whole council and the administration, everybody employed with St. Martin Parish government, we're one team, and you're part of our team here. So I just like to thank you for coming here. We wish you the best of luck, Godspeed. Hopefully, sometimes in these elections, I say this a lot, I don't think there's winners and losers. I think people that put themselves out there and make the effort, they'll win at the end of the day in my book. And whatever the outcome of the race is, we wish you the best. And hopefully this thing works out for you and fulfills your dreams and you get where you want to be. And at the end of the day, if not, you'll come back and be our attorney.
That's right. And I remind y'all that
Ms. Narcisse will keep a track on how much time you talk.
I remind y'all that 7 of the districts that y'all serve have roads that fall into Ward 4. By my count, there may be another one that I'm still working on that, but y'all people are my people. This governing authority, y'all fund part of the Breaux Bridge City Court. Y'all fund part of the judge's salary. Y'all fund part of his retirement. So I got a couple questions. Why are you coming to the parish council first? Because the parish council has a stake in this election. That judge that serves up there also serves the parish council with the people of Ward 4 and y'all people. And again, y'all gave me an opportunity a little over 2 years ago, and I'm grateful for that. It was another part of my resume to serve St. Martin Parish. And thank y'all for tonight. Thank y'all for the words.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Derry.
y'all.
For the minutes, let it be known that at 5:19, he starts saying as our attorney, so the clock's on now.
B, council to appoint a registrar of voters for St. Martin Parish in accordance with Louisiana Revised Statute 18:51.
Okay, we conducted interviews for this position in a special session this past Saturday. We have a roll call vote to appoint the new register of voters. When I call your district, please state who you wish to appoint. As a reminder, the candidates for the position are Jamie Angel, Marvin Crockett, Jessica DeVilliers, and Tricia Hammond. So we're gonna do a roll call vote. So I'm gonna call on District 1 first. And when I call on your district, just the name that who the person you want to vote for, just say that name. Everybody understand? Good? Okay, District 1,
Tricia Hammond.
District 2,
Trisha Hammond.
District 3,
Tricia Hammond.
District 4,
Trisha Hammond.
District 5, Tricia Hammond, District 6,
Tricia Hammond.
District 7,
Trisha Hammond.
District 8,
Trisha Hammonds.
and District 9.
Trisha Hammond.
With a vote of 9, Tricia Hammond will serve as the Register of Voters for St. Martin Parish. I'd like to just thank all the applicants that applied for it, came in for the interviews. We were fortunate to have 3 people that showed up to the interviews. All interviews went well. All people that participated in it were all very qualified people. So we just want to thank you for taking the time out to fill out an application and come and participate in our process. Thank you.
C, rule to show cause to address nuisance property located at Shady Oaks Lane, parcel ID 05202A2749, Brobridge, District 8, property owned by Troy G. Chandler.
Ms. Alimo?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is a nuisance property that we have. Didn't have a specific address, but it was Shady Oaks Lane with the parcel ID 05202A2749. I have not had any interaction with Mr. Chandler, and I'm not sure. Oh, hi, you can come to the podium. So the complaint consisted of abandoned structures. I know there's this one, which is the front of the property. All the grass is cut, but Brooke, could you switch to
Back to this one.
that one? There's also structures to the back of the property with trees surrounding. It's looked the same since we've served you. I don't know if you've done anything else since the last pictures that Ronald took last week. So do you have any plans to tear down the structures or clean up the rear of the property?
Yes. The outside deceives it. The inside, I have changed the floors and started changing the windows. I'm trying to keep that for my daughter. She's 18. I have one window in the front and to update the look of it. As far as the one in the back, if that is deemed to be torn down, I'm fine with doing that.
So, Ms. Alamo, is anybody living in it now? Nobody's living in it? They're just repairing the front trailer? And is that what we're doing?
Yes. There's electricity, there's been power on it forever.
On the first trailer?
Yes.
How about the second? No?
No, there's
Yeah,
never
the
been.
complaint was for the structures in the back. The person who complained said that they noticed people going in and out and breaking in, and there's just a lot of
So the rule of
traffic.
show cause is only on the buildings behind the trailer in the rear?
So they complained on the front one, said that it's abandoned and no one's ever there, but their main concern were the structures in the back. And they said that the grass is always cut, but it was the structures on the property.
Okay. Mr. Louvier,
Figure out, I looked at it and I can't really see the structure. Is it hidden in the trees? Or
Yeah, so you can see
the blue, like the blue?
blue top right there.
Brooke, do you have a closer picture? No.
Yeah, okay, it says trailer, I see it now.
It's a mobile home about the same size, just this way. That was set up and blocked up, but never.
So it's hidden.
District 8, who's District 8? You have anything, comments, Mr. Clay?
Just this one.
Okay, if the front trailer is being repaired and has, it has electricity, water, sewage is hooked up and is being repaired, I'd feel comfortable filing, a rule to show cause on and declaring a nuisance on the properties in the back. And we would exclude the trailer in the front, allowing him to finish fixing that trailer and getting that repaired. We'll work with that?
Oh, yeah.
I'll go get you one.
Right.
So I have to tear down the.
And then perhaps in the rule of show cause mode, we could add that to bring the trailer in the front up to code?
Yeah.
Okay. So I need a motion and a second to proceed with the ordinance of condemnation and abatement. Mr. Delcom.
To ask, what is your anticipation of use for the trailer in the back? If you had no intended use, or no intentions of, okay, so that's going to occur after you complete the renovation of the first trailer? Is this what you're saying?
Could you come back to the podium just so we can have it on record?
So okay, so you have the trailer in the front, that's really not the issue. The issue at hand is the one in the back. So your intentions was originally to upgrade the one in the back, however, that's not happening. So as of now, what is your intention for the trailer in the back? Is it to repair for a rental or,
No, they instructed that it would have to be torn down.
okay, all right. Okay.
So basically, we do a rule of show cause on the properties behind the front trailer, and then the administration and Ms. Alamo will work with him to alleviate the problem with the trailer in the back.
Good. Oh, I didn't realize that it was going to be torn down. All right.
Okay. So I need a motion and a second to proceed with the orders of condemnation and abatement. I have a motion by Mr. Clay, seconded by Ms. Jean-Baptiste. Call for the vote.
D, rule to show cause to address nuisance property located at 1062 David Road, St. Martinville, District 1, property owned by Joseph Malosson Jr.
Ms. Alamo?
So when we initially got this complaint, the RV was like that for a good while. And there's tars all over the opposite side of the property. The two trucks to the left side, those are now removed. And the RV, all that's left currently, I would say, is the chassis, there you go. That's what's left. So cleanup on the property has started, but it's not 100%. There's a lot of tars and things on the opposite side, but that would need to go, and a lot more cleanup on the opposite side. But the complaint was a lot of trash, barrels, tars, vehicles just sitting there, and then the ripped apart RV.
Is Mr. Mellison here tonight? No?
No, and he has not contacted my office either. But I do know he was personally served.
Okay, I need a motion and a second to proceed with the orders of condemnation and abatement. I have a motion by Mr. Melanson, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
E, roll to show cause to address nuisance property located at 1157 Cormier Road, Brobridge, District 5, property owned by Danny Kinla.
Mr. Kinla was personally served. This property, from what it was to what it is now, and I'm not sure.
Mr. Kinley, you can come up here.
He is here. This is what it looked like. He has cleaned it up. If you want to speak, you can, but this is what it looks like now. The pictures show a lot of washing machines and dryers. That's what's left. I know you have a little bit. Hi, good morning. Nice to meet you. There's a lot of debris still left, but he has done a lot of cleaning. Mr. Chris, this is in your dish.
Yeah. So, since he's made an attempt to start the cleaning. The process isn't complete yet, so
No.
I would feel good if we if we proceeded with it, and then he can work with Ms. Alamo and Mr. Salar to continue to clean up the property, and I guess we'll go from there.
Yes.
Okay. I need a motion and a second to proceed with the order of condemnation and abatement. I have a motion by Mr. Poirier, seconded by Mr. Louvier. Call for the vote. So, Mr. Kendall, Ms. Alamo and Mr. Solaro will continue to work with you in the process of getting the property cleaned up. Thank you.
F, rule to show cause to address nuisance property located at 1057 Florence Drive, Brobridge, District 6, property owned by Sal Properties LLC.
Ms. Alamo?
So 1057 Florence Drive, the parish has actually cut the grass here a few times and the structure was in good condition. I believe this is in District 6. Now the structure is in total disarray. It almost needs to be torn down unless, I don't know if you have.
It's gonna be torn down.
Yeah. So, you're Mr.
Yeah, I'm a representative for Sal Properties. We bought this property in 2015-ish. And the day we bought it, it was made clear from the neighborhood that we wasn't welcome. Their exact words were, "We don't want any baby kids running around our neighborhood." So we proceeded to fix up the property. We spent about $20,000 in it. And then they went and they destroyed it. So I don't know who did it. Somebody went and vandalized it, so we ain't touched it since. The plans are, we're in litigation right now, and as soon as our litigation is over, we are going to tear it down and put a brand new in there. So that's the plans.
Okay. When you said you bought this property?
2015.
I got elected in 2016 and I represented that district for 8 years. And I can tell you from 2016 till today, that property always looked like that.
Yep, it always has.
It's always been a nuisance.
I had cut the grass for about 2 years on it, and the next door neighbors did some remodeling, and their construction crew threw all their little pieces of 2x4 in the yard. So I went to cut the grass again, and it broke my lawnmower and busted a window. So I fixed the window, then we went on vacation. I came back a week later, all the windows were busted out in it. So I'm not gonna keep throwing away money on something that they're just gonna keep destroying, so.
Right, well, I tell you what, I'm happy to see this thing get cleaned up and tore down, because it's been a thorn in our side for
I need about
10 years.
3 to 6 months to finish this litigation, and then it's all gonna be taken care of.
We're gonna proceed with the order of condemnation, and you have to work with Mr. Solari and Ms. Alamo to get it done.
Sounds good, thank you.
Can we get your name, if you could say it in the mic, please?
Stephen James Cormier.
You own that LLC?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. I need a motion and a second to proceed with the order of condemnation and abatement. I have a motion by Mr. Clay, second by Mr. Alexander. Call for the vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
G, council to meet as a board of adjustment to consider granting an exception to Jeffrey Gallet to build a single-family dwelling on property zoned I-1 light industrial located at 1756 Main Highway, Orneville, District 9.
I need a motion and a second to grant the exception. I have a motion by Mr. Corville, second by Mr. Melanson. Call for the vote.
H, council to meet as a Board of Adjustment to consider granting an exception to Shannon Newville and Courtney Newville to build a single-family dwelling on property zone C1, light commercial, located at 1313 Burton Plantation Highway, lot number 4, St. Martinville, District 1.
I need a motion and a second to grant the exception. I have a motion by Mr. Melanson, second by Mr. Louviere. Call for the vote.
I, council to discuss Class 6 injection wells designed for long-term geologic sequestration and capturing of carbon dioxide gas.
So we had a meeting at the library with some neighboring parishes, Allen Parish and a couple of the parishes that are asking for support on a resolution that they're trying to pass, and they are not in favor of carbon capture. I didn't know a whole lot about carbon capture. I tried to read up, get as much information as we could. We met over there with a few of the council members to kind of meet with their people just to get an update of where they were at. What exactly is carbon capture? And we were very well educated real quick about the harmful effects of carbon capture, what it means, what it's about. The resolution, we're gonna send, you should have got the resolution in our packets. Everybody got a chance to look at them. I can tell you, serving for the council for the past decade, we've had serious issues in the basin and my concern would be that the way this thing works with carbon capture, from the way they explained it to us, so they can claim eminent domain on your property. They can take your surface and mineral rights. And the Chapala Basin, in my opinion, has been a dumping ground for a lot of unnecessary things that went on in there. It's out of sight, out of mind. We got small bank issues that are stopping and impeding our water from flowing. We have pipelines that were dug, and there's serious issues. But there's also a lot of abandoned wells in the Chapala Basin. And look, they can put this thing anywhere as they want. And I'm not trying to pursue anybody to support it or not to support it. My concern is I'd hate to see those things get injected into those well sites, into some of those things, and we don't know enough about it. I'd ask that the council, I sent out a bunch of information that we had, I shared with the rest of the council members, kind of read, look at it. Our neighboring parishes, Iberia and St. Mary Parish has already passed a resolution. We're gonna bring the resolution up in May to see if we'll support or not. So if you have any questions, any concerns about carbon capture or what it might be, if you want to get with me, I shared most of the information with you. I can share contacts. Like I said, we were able to meet with some of the members from the other parishes that discussed it, and some of the scientists were there to give us the facts and tell us a lot about it. And if you're a resident in St. Martin Parish, and you might want to just start looking at some of this and start thinking about it, because when we start taking people's properties or taking people's surface and mineral rights, and we start injecting things into the ground that we're not sure what could affect our water aquifers and different issues, it could be a big deal in the future. So I just ask that everybody here tonight, when you get home, maybe today or tomorrow or the weekend, when you have a little extra time, just Google it and see what it has to say about it and just kind of get educated on it. It's a scary situation when you start figuring out exactly, we don't know very much about this thing. So that's pretty much all I have to say about it. If anybody has any questions, anybody from the audience has any questions, contact the office and we can share the information that was shared with us with y'all.
A, ordinance is introduced for public hearing.
I need a motion and a second to open public hearing. I have a motion by Mr. Clay, second by Mr. Melanson. Call for the vote.
Summary number 1532 OR, an ordinance increasing the speed limit to 45 miles per hour on Division Road, Orneville.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this item?
Summary number 1533 OR, an ordinance to allow Parish President Pete Delcom to enter into an encroachment agreement for settlement purposes of the matter entitled Delane Fugile versus Andres Boudreaux, complete title et al., currently pending under docket number 93003 in the parish of St. Martin, and to allow for an encroachment on that certain drainage servitude along the southerly boundary located on the property at 1080 Blake Janelle Road, Arneville, Louisiana, and other matters pertaining thereto.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this item?
Summary number 1534 OR, an ordinance establishing collection fees at the Uncle Dick Davis Park.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this item?
Summary number 1535 OR, an ordinance amending Chapter 19, St. Martin Parish Zoning Ordinance, Appendix D, Parish Road Zoning Data Sheets of the Code of Ordinances for the St. Martin Parish Government by amending the zoning classification district on a portion of a road zoned in the original ordinance adopted on December 18, 1995, 1029 Andrew Gotro Road.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this item?
Summary number 1536 OR, an ordinance prohibiting the parking of motor vehicles on either side of Orchard Park Drive, located in District 7.
Is there anyone from the audience who wishes to speak on this item? Mr. Alexander?
I want to make a motion to defer until March the 3rd. Summary number 1536-OR.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Alexander to defer. Do I have a second? I have a second by Ms. Jean-Baptiste.
They could discuss on not deferring it if they want the public, because there is gonna be a vote taken. So if they wanna speak on whether or not to defer it, they can. And then if the motion passes, it's over. If it doesn't, then they can speak on the merits. So before y'all take the vote on the deferment, does anyone from the audience wanna talk about postponing it?
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to defer. Before we vote on it, if somebody wants to speak not on the issue, but on the deferment, if you have an objection to the deferment, I think now would be the time to do it. If you,
What do y'all mean by deferment?
so we won't discuss it tonight. We're gonna defer it for another 30 days, and it will be brought up at next month's meeting.
Why would we want to do that? We all prepared for tonight.
Mr. Alexander,
Regardless of Mr. Alexander wants, is the residents of Orchard Park have that right to speak on something that they believe is gonna hurt them. I mean, when I tried to talk to Mr. Alexander to hold a little meeting at my place to bring all these residents together, that he asked me to run flyers, to ask these people to run for him, and
Mr. Babineau, 1 second. Do you wanna call him first to discuss the?
yeah, come to the podium. Mr. Bobino, and speak on the deferment. So we're not speaking about the thing. We're just speaking on deferring it for 30 days until next month. If you have an issue with that, just let it be known that you have an issue with it.
but we have an issue with that.
Okay. All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am, state your name.
Patrice George.
Okay, do you have an issue with deferring on the deferment?
Yes, I do.
You would like to hear it tonight?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else?
My name is Kenneth Gerard.
State your name for the record.
Kenneth Gerard, 1057 Orchard Park.
And do you have an issue with the deferment for tonight?
Well, of course, I made arrangements to be here. You know, I mean, there's been like, you know, he said, she said, whatever, I don't know. When it came to me, to my attention, that we was having signs in Orchard Park. And so I did a little investigation, and Eric Babineau's name came up. So I called Eric.
Okay, I don't want to get too much into the details. We just wanted to know your opinion on if you have an issue with the deferment for tonight. So apparently you do not wish to defer, right?
No.
Okay,
I'd like to solve the matter.
okay, thank you. Yes, ma'am. State your name for the record.
Danielle Gerard.
Okay, Ms. Roy. Do you have an issue with the deferring of the, for 30 days?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Anyone else want to speak?
Anyone else want to speak on it? No? I don't think so. So we have to vote, though.
Just a second, we have to make a vote.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Alexander. Ms. Rumpel. Ms. Narcisse, you had something you want to bring up?
I was gonna make a substitute motion. Are you, what me?
Well, I think we need to vote on the deferral.
Vote on that, okay.
Because the other opposite would be to have the vote, so the substitute motion, that motion's first.
Okay.
That's the same as the original motion.
All right.
Okay, so I have a motion by Mr. Alexander, second by Ms. Jean-Baptiste.
Yes.
Okay, call for the vote to defer for 30 days until March 3rd?
March 3rd.
March 3rd, yeah. Okay, call for the vote. Okay, so motion to defer denied, right?
So now,
So we can go with public comment on the merits.
Okay, so now we're gonna call Mr. Kenneth Gerard from Orchard Park to come up. Mr. Gerard, now you can speak on the issue at hand, which is putting in a parking,
Yeah, like I was saying, I heard the gossip in the neighborhood, and I kind of got some information, and I started doing some investigation, and Eric Babineau name came up. So I went up to Eric, and Eric told me that the signs was supposed to be just in the front of his house. I said, well, not a big deal then. So I went tell the community what it was. So a few days later, they come back to me, and it mentioned Mr. Vincent's name. So I called Mr. Vincent, and from my opinion, through our discussion, that y'all had already made your mind up that the sign was going to be there. So that's why I got involved, you know. And I never had a problem with anybody parking in front of my house, as long as they don't block my driveway. And everybody in the neighborhood, they feel the same way. You know, if two people have issues, Eric live at a corner lot. I live further to the back. I don't know how it's bothering him, you know. I mean, like I said, if you want the signs and they awarded you the signs, I'm happy for you. But I don't want the sign in front of my house. You know, and if I have construction going on, you know, and, you know, they got to park on the road or whatever. So did Eric explain to y'all why he wanted the signs? Did he tell anybody? Or did y'all ask? Question. And I mean, look, this is not a question for y'all to answer, but just to consider that in the parish, how many parish neighborhoods that have no parking signs, you know, from one end to the other end? To me, it would cause more problems. You know, we have other issues that's, you know, besides that we trying to address, and is nothing happening. And all of a sudden, this pop up.
Yes, sir, I understand that. And so just to be clear, there's no decision that has been made if they're gonna be parking signs put in or not. So we had a meeting, we had a discussion on it, we allowed people to come and give their input, and that's what we're doing here. And the council's gonna take all this into consideration, and we're gonna make a decision tonight based on if we think the signs are necessary or they're not necessary. So I just want for the record to show that nobody on this council has made a decision on what's gonna be done until we take in all the information.
Yes.
And hear your concerns.
But that's why we had a petition.
Right.
And we presented my daughter presented the petition to y'all. You know, that the majority of the people, I don't know how many that want the sign, but it's more, my opinion is, I seen the petition and it's more likely nobody want the signs. You know, and I mean, this is just a little small matter, and I don't understand. I mean, I'm trying to get answers from Eric. Why, you need to come speak your voice. Let him know why you want the signs. Because, I mean, if you want something, you go ask for it. I mean, I'm thinking that he went to you, Mr. Vincent. Yes, but but how that started, how it came about, what happened to where all of a sudden he wants signs and he live at a corner lot? What happened? No, I mean, you don't have to explain it to me. I mean,
Well, you're asking me some questions here. Let me just put it this way.
Mr. Vincent, hold on. It's for public discussion right now.
Huh?
It's for public discussion. You'll have time to speak it after the public discussion.
When?
After.
Well, after you finish. Okay,
yeah,
well, go ahead.
I'm just bringing something up.
Yeah.
No, that's no problem. I want to answer
I'm not here to argue. I appreciate y'all.
Well, go ahead. I'll
Thank
let
y'all
you-
very much, for what y'all do. I mean, I just come here to speak. I
Thank you.
don't have a problem with nobody in my neighborhood. But I mean, if that's why I'm here. I mean, I think if the ones that didn't want the sign or wanted the signs, they should have been here. But you speaking on their behalf, so I'll be happy to hear what you have to say.
Thank you.
very
Thank
much.
y'all very much.
Thank you very much.
Ms. Patrice Gregory?
Hello. I'm Patrice George. I was the one that brought up the petition and everyone signed it. Nobody had a problem. Like I said, I never forced anyone. They fully understood what was going on because this came about and nobody knew that the signs was in effect to be installed. So I'm here again representing Archery Park for the no signs.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Andrew Bobino?
Thank y'all for having me. Seems like every time I come up here, the second time I have to make an apology. I apologize to you, Mr. Chris, for last time when I got rudely interrupted and I took over matters before you had a chance to correct that person. Second thing I'm gonna say is, long-term relationship, friendship has went sour. Okay, so the problem that we having is that Mr. Alexander did not word himself right in the last meeting. He said the residents of Orchard Park wanted those signs. When he said the residents of Orchard Park, he meant everyone that lived on Orchard Park. If he would have said some of the residents, he would have been cleared. As we saw, I spoke on the matter. Orchard Park been there for over 25 years. People park on both sides of the roads. Sheriff Department has never had a problem, never had to call to remove those people that was blocking the driveway. Okay, so I don't know how deep y'all want me to go. The issue started when I helped a young African-American entrepreneur with his trail ride that he does annually. Okay? He came to me for help. I helped him. As a senior citizen, I'll be 64. I can say I'm a senior citizen because I'm over 50. I'm over the hill. I helped him. Okay? When I found out, I called Mr. Alexander. That's why I had to remind the council on the last hearing of leaving from police bureau to the home rule charter that reassured me by guys like the late Bob Ray, the late Red Higginbottom, the late Pat Clues, Mr. Thomas Nelson, and what's that little boy name? I can't think of his name. It's Cecilia there, Grand Aunts. But still in all, they assured me that the home rule charter was going to be based on what the people wanted and not the district representative. Now, go back a little bit. If we remember, Mr. Alexander said the people of Orchard Park wanted this. I spoke on it. 2 young ladies came up and said that they didn't want it because they have family functions, they have repast dinners, they have graduations, and they need that to park. It's not a danger. Okay? One young lady even took her time, her own money, to go out door to door, like she just testified again. She never persuaded no one. She just asked them. They signed it if they wanted to. Many of them said they didn't even know this was going to happen. They was not aware of it. But I understand where your council come from. That's why I want to make a recommendation at the end of this. For people to know what's going on in the council, they go to newspaper. Man, I don't even see a newsstand anymore anywhere. Them little red boxes is gone. Or they go on the webpage. I mean, Ms. Brooke can tell y'all how many times I called Ms. Brooke to set up an appointment to try to go on that webpage, but I have to work. So maybe I'm asking y'all now if y'all can do like the sheriff department and do a Facebook page now. Y'all will reach out more to the residents of St. Martin Parish. So the whole thing was, they said someone used the restroom. I spoke to that person the same day. Now I'm gonna try to keep in mind, this person was near a truck, not car, truck, in between the door and the truck. Body parts was never done. Now, 6 years I've been coming here. Many of y'all know me, and y'all know one thing about me. I will not sit up here and lie to nobody. Now, I did say at the last meeting, there is a solvable solution to one thing. Now, I'm going to say my nickname. Please don't try to say it if you can't see it. This young lady met me at a store. I'm not going to give her name out, and I'm not going to say the store. She told me, she said, Mr. Gajuk, my driveway was blocked. I apologize to her for that. The solvable solution for that, put up do not block driveway signs. Now, also Mr. Alexander said that the no parking signs would help in the safety of the children. Okay? From my years of driving, I'll be 60. Oh, boy, I wish I was 44 again. I'll be 64 come April. And I have never seen no one speed down a road that has cars parked on one side, much less on both sides. Now I'm going to ask again. Why are we not here putting up signs saying children that play? In areas, if there's any, saying that handicap zone, deaf mute zone. Why are we not putting up speed bumps in these neighborhoods? Then we would have a sign saying, slow down, speed bump ahead. So what is the purpose of the no parking sign? And then on both sides. Normally, it's on one side, the federal side, the side with the mailbox. So where did both sides come in? And I was trying to find this information because it was said to me. Orchard Park begins in a commercial zone. And there's a commercial business there, my business. So, really and truly, the first no parking sign not supposed to start until 330 feet from the center of the road. Because there are 60 feet from the center, 30 feet on the right side, 30 feet on the left side, that's the easement. At the end of that easement is where the 300 feet commercial zone starts at. I've been trying to find it. This was said to me. So y'all gonna know better. Y'all got the home rule charter. Y'all can see how it goes. I tried to find it. So I'm asking y'all, please, don't hurt these residents for something that I'm responsible for. I took on the responsibility to help this young African-American entrepreneur on something he does every year. Come after me. These shoulders might look small, but if I tell y'all, put that bale of hay on that rooster he gonna carry, I've seen it done before. Now, I'm gonna close at this. Mr. Alexander told y'all a fib when he said the residents wanted that. Long story short on something my father said to me, he passed away 32 years now. A person that's gonna lie to you, he's gonna manipulate you, then he's gonna steal from you. And Mr. Alexander tried to manipulate y'all.
Mr.
Next
Irvin,
step, he's gonna steal.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I don't think that's necessary to go that route.
But I'm just saying a story my father told me.
I
That's why I
understand
said
you.
long story
I understand. I think we got your point across that you are not in favor of parking signs, so we want to thank you for coming up here
short.
tonight.
I don't want them, me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
All right. We got to close public hearing first. We got one more.
Mr. Vitt, we gonna do the public hearing?
After we close
Yeah, when
public
it
hearing,
comes-
we'll give you the
Yeah.
opportunity to speak.
But they wanted to give to me.
Right, but we have to close the public hearing, and once we close public hearing, I'll give you an opportunity to speak. Okay.
Summary number 1537 OR, an ordinance to provide for the acceptance of an exclusive personal servitude of use from Paola Guidry Kale, Timothy Ray Kale, and Paul Skimpton Kale over, across, and in that certain 4.252 acres situated in Section 60, Township 8 South, Range 6 East of St. Martin Parish, all relative to youth activities adjacent to Paul Angel Park and all other matters related thereto.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this subject? If not, Mr. Dewey, would like to discuss?
Yeah, we had some last minute changes on the servitude agreement from the property owners on Friday. Had a call, me and Mr. Raymond. So I asked when you vote, you voted as amended, and the amendments will be, we added in the lease that the only access to the property will be from the property itself, which is the Paul Angel Park property, or from other parish government property, which parish government owns property next door. There'll be no entry from Ms. Kale's personal residence. That wasn't occurring. It was in the original lease. They just wanted to make it clear that that wouldn't happen. So that's the first amendment. And the term of the amendment was first published as a 10-year personal servitude for right of access. The family requested that we make it to the end of Ms. Paola Kale's life with no more than 10 years. So in essence, it will be a 10-year lease. However, it could terminate early at the end of Ms. Kale's natural life. And we had an automatic 10-year renewal. They asked that we take that out. So I asked when you vote, it'll be as amended to reference those three amendments. And the family has approved them all, and we have a new lease and everything. And you can just say as amended per Attorney Durio's comments. You don't have to recite them again.
Thank you, Mr. Durio. Okay, I need a motion and a second to close public hearing. I have a motion by Mr. Mellison, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote. Mr. Alexander, you wish to speak at this time?
Wait, Mr. Vincent.
Once I read it.
When we bring that item back up again, that's when you could speak. We gotta go in the order.
You want to wait till the final order?
Yeah, when he comes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll wait till the final order.
Summary number 1532 OR, an ordinance increasing the speed limit to 45 miles per hour on Division Road, Orneville.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Corville, second by Ms. Narcisse. Call for the vote.
Summary number 1533 OR, an ordinance to allow Parish President Pete Delcom to enter into an encroachment agreement for settlement purposes of the matter entitled Delane Fugile versus Andres Boudreaux, complete title et al., currently pending under docket number 93003 in the Parish of St. Martin, and to allow for an encroachment on that certain drainage servitude along the southerly boundary located on the property at 1080 Blake Janelle Road, Orneville, Louisiana, and other matters pertaining thereto.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Corville, second by Ms. Jean-Baptiste. Call for the vote.
Summary number 1534 OR, an ordinance establishing collection fees at the Uncle Dick Davis Park.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Ms. Narcisse, second by Mr. Louviere. Call for the vote.
Summary number 1535 OR, an ordinance amending Chapter 19, St. Martin Parish zoning ordinance, Appendix D, Parish Road zoning data sheets of the Code of Ordinances for the St. Martin Parish government by amending the zoning classification district on a portion of a road zoned in the original ordinance adopted on December 18th, 1995, 1029 Andrew Gotro Road.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Corville, second by Mr. Melisson. Call for the vote.
Summary number 1536 OR, an ordinance prohibiting the parking of motor vehicles on either side of Orchard Park Drive located in District 7.
Mr. Alexander, you wish to speak on this matter? Nope.
This one. You're talking, the one I want to speak on is, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Number one, I want to let Mr. Babineau know that about.
No, Mr. Babineau, it's not up for public discussion.
But okay, I received a call from the clerk, Ms. Brooks, that Eric Babineau wanted to put no parking signs in front of his residence. I went out there and checked it out, took some measurements, and then I contacted Ms. Brooke, and Ms. Brooke emailed me to tell me that Jason Castile, the public rate director, recommended to do the entire street. Couldn't just do it in front of Eric Babineau's house. So quite naturally, if the public rate director recommends to do the entire street, I went with the public rate director. I emailed Brooke and I told her I'm going with the recommendation of the public rate director. And so then we come to find out that I think Mr. Babineau them started a petition saying that they had some people that didn't want signs in front of their yards. And I told him, I said, I'm not an attorney to give you legal advice, but if I was living there, I would want no parking signs, number one, for first responders. If you got an ambulance coming there, the sheriff department or the fire department, and they got vehicles impeding the flow of traffic, it could cause a delay in saving someone's life or saving their property. And so I said, if you any other questions, you'd have to refer to our legal advisor. I can't give you legal advice. But I said, this is what I do. A lot of the comments he made is false to begin with. Number two, they started a petition. This is the petition that they started right here. And on the petition, they have at least 6 or 7 that's not even on Orchard Park. They got Apple Street. They got Grape Street. Whatever that is one is spelled Kiwi Street. You know, that's not even in Orchard, that's not on Orchard Park Road. Now, my question now, Mr. Babineau, is how many
Mr. Alexander, Mr. Vincent, public discussion has been over. It's just for you to comment on what you have to say, but we can't have a conversation with somebody sitting.
Okay, well, all right. I'm sorry about that. I'd like to know how many signatures they have on the petition. Can you tell me, Mr. Chairman?
From my understanding, we didn't count them, but I think there was probably in excess of 20, probably.
How many?
I'd say in excess of 20 people that had signed.
But we actually need more than that, right? We need about 20.
So the petition that they signed just says that those people that didn't attend the meeting, it says that they were in favor of putting signs and not putting in signs. We don't go according to a percentage of how many people sign the petition or don't sign the petition. In my opinion, I think if somebody comes over here and they voice their opinion and they're in favor of something, that pretty much, that's probably a better show than signing a petition or not signing a petition. But there's no percentage of the petition that has to be signed to be able to get have the signs put up, or to not have the signs put up.
I made the mistake to tell the people that wanted the signs if the meeting was going to be on March the 3rd. It was my error, and you're having it today. But number two, when I spoke with you about a week or so ago about this, you told me that we would need 42 votes because they had 80-some residents in that district. We got the votes. They didn't bring the petition because I told them it was next March the 3rd, but I can have them here on March the 3rd. We have this petition they have right here. Now you're telling me that what you're really telling me is even though some of them don't live on Orchard Park, they live on Grape Street, Apple Street, and this one I can pronounce that Kezize, whatever street. You're telling me that it don't matter, it goes.
No, Mr.
But
Vincent,
explain that to me then.
that's not what I'm not telling you. What I'm telling you is, when you said that they were gonna come with a signed petition, and I said, you gotta take in consideration, when we put these no parking signs in front of these people's houses, it's not just for a trail ride, it's for every day. So if you have a no parking sign there, you can no longer park on the side of the road and not be issued a citation for it. So I said, if you got 80 people that live there, and you got 40 people that sign a petition that don't want it or that want it, I said the majority of the people that live on the road. That would be a benefit
I
to have.
understand that, but I want to answer Mr. Barber's question if you don't mind. Can I answer his question?
No, we're not doing that, no, Mr. Vince, we already had public comment on it, we allowed you to speak on it on this right here, but I think we've heard both sides, we heard what you had to say, I think we just need to take a vote.
Exactly. The main thing, the main thing is, ladies and gentlemen, I was elected to represent the people in District 7, and that's what I do. When Eric Babineau called me, I went and answered his call. He asked me for the no parking signs, and he had several reasons for that. Eric Babineau and Andrew Babineau are second cousins. Eric said, Mr. Vincent, my wife and I, huh?
Mr. Bobby, no, I'm not actually, that we had public comment. Mr. Alexander, I don't think we referencing that the relationship between the.
Well, I just want to let them know.
Yeah. I think everybody understands who put up the signs and that you were in favor of putting the sign and you requested that this be put on the agenda. We did follow the ordinances the way it was supposed to be done. We introduced the ordinance, we had a public hearing on it, and tonight we're gonna vote on it. You asked for an amendment on it, the amendment failed, so tonight we have to call for a vote on it.
Okay, so the next step is, are we gonna have this meeting on March the 3rd?
No, sir, when we tried earlier, it failed for the amendment, so tonight we have to vote on this right here to see if we're gonna put the signs or not put the signs.
Okay,
Okay?
that's good enough with me.
All right. So I need a motion and a second. For the ordinance. So we voting tonight. Yeah, I understand. Brooke, will you read it one more time?
An ordinance prohibiting the parking of motor vehicles on either side of Orchard Park Drive located in District 7.
You want to explain?
Yeah, so a vote in favor is we're gonna pass the ordinance and there will be no parking on Orchard Park Drive. A vote of nay means you don't support the ordinance.
Everybody understand? Mm-hmm. Okay, I got a motion by Mr. Clay, a second by Mr. Louvier. Call for the vote. Motion fails.
Summary number 1537 OR, an ordinance to provide for the acceptance of an exclusive personal servitude of use from Paola Guidry Kale, Timothy Ray Kale, and Paul Skipton Kale over, across, and in that certain 4.252 acres situated in Section 60, Township 8 South, Range 6 East of St. Martin Parish, all relative to youth activities adjacent to Paul Angel Park and all other matters related thereto.
Mr. Correa, you have a question?
Yeah, I just want to add, and maybe Mr. Clay knows the answer to this, but the amendment we made about Ms. Kale within the 10 years or, the end of her life, whatnot, would it be safe to assume that when Ms. Colley is no longer with us, they're not interested in leasing the property anymore? That's what I'm reading in.
So from discussion with the family, and again, I maybe didn't say this, it's the end of her natural life plus 6 months to give some leeway. And then it's gonna be owned by Mr. Timothy and Mr. Paul. They are gonna decide whether to lease it or to sell it. In the ordinance, it's also proposed that they're giving St. Martin Parish government the right of first refusal to purchase the property should they decide to sell. So if they decide to sell or they receive a bona fide offer, they have to offer parish government first.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we need a motion and a second as amended by our legal counsel's
Comments?
comments.
You have to clear it.
I got a motion by Mr. Corville, second by Ms. Mellison. Call for the vote. Ms. Alexander?
I'm just saying that I'm distracted right now. Very distracted because I don't know if I can say now, but I do appreciate, I like transparency, 100%. But I'm seeing that it's not happening.
Ms. Alexander, we could discuss
Yeah,
this.
but I'm done with that, but we'll deal with it at a later date. And I would like to, Mr. President, is there any way we could go in executive session?
No, Ms.
Can't do
Alexander,
it right now, okay.
no, we can't do that at this.
But we'll do it on a later date then.
Okay.
9, resolutions. Summary number 009RS, a resolution accepting the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire for the 2025 audit.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Mellison, second by Ms. Narcisse. Call for the vote.
Summary number 010RS, a resolution authorizing Parish President Pete Delcom to execute a contract on behalf of St. Martin Parish Government with Jamie and Renato to provide nutritional educational services.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Clay, second by Ms. Jean-Baptiste. Call for the vote.
Summary number 011RS, a resolution authorizing Parish President Pete Delcom to execute an agreement with the Lafayette Juvenile Detention Home for the year 2026.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Ms. Alexander, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Summary number 012RS, a resolution reappointing Jennifer Stelly to serve as a member of the Atchafalaya Trace Commission.
I just want to thank Ms. Jennifer's in the audience today. I just want to thank you for the opportunity to serve on this and thank you for your service. I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Mellison, second by Mr. Corville. Call for the vote.
Summary number 013RS, a resolution appointing Hoyt Louvier to serve as a member of the Spanish Lake Game and Fishing Preserve Commission.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Mellison, second by Ms. Jean-Baptiste. Call for the vote.
Summary number 014RS, a resolution ratifying the signature of Parish President Pete Delcom on a cooperative agreement between St. Martin Parish Government and the Louisiana Cooperative Extension Service to assure continued informal educational programming from the LSU Ag Center.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Mellison, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Summary number 015RS, a resolution confirming and clarifying the reappointment term length of Dr. Daniel Rawls on the St. Martin Parish Water and Sewerage Commission Number 1 Board.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Louvier, second by Mr. Mellison. Call for the vote.
Summary number 016RS, a resolution reappointing Leroy Grow to serve as a member of the St. Martin Parish Water and Sewerage Commission Number 1 Board and confirming and clarifying his previous term's expiration date.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Louvier, seconded by Mr. Melanson. Call for the vote.
Ordinances introduced for publication. Summary number 1538 OR, an ordinance amending Chapter 19, St. Martin Parish Zoning Ordinance, Appendix D, Parish Road Zoning Data Sheets of the Code of Ordinances for the St. Martin Parish Government by amending the zoning classification district on a portion of a road zoned in the original ordinance adopted on December 18, 1995, 1471 Old Spanish Trail Highway. Summary number 1539 OR, an ordinance to authorize St. Martin Parish government to sell by public disposition all of its interest in that certain tract of land situated in the parish of St. Martin, Louisiana, that was adjudicated to St. Martin Parish government by tax deed recorded in the records of St. Martin Parish, Louisiana, under entry number 528053, all in accordance with Louisiana Revised Statute 47:2201 et seq. Summary number 1540 OR, an ordinance to authorize St. Martin Parish government to sell by public disposition all of its interest in that certain tract of land situated in the parish of St. Martin, Louisiana, that was adjudicated to St. Martin Parish government by tax deed recorded in the records of St. Martin Parish, Louisiana, under entry number 518926, all in accordance with Louisiana Revised Statute 47:2201 et seq. 11, informational items not requiring council action.
Mr. Delcom, you have anything you want to bring up? Anything from the council? Ms. Narcisse?
I just want to bring, awareness that February has marked the 100th year anniversary of Black History. And I just want to share that just for a minute that we all go through things in life, and a lot of things that we're not going through in life is because of the shoulders of others that we're standing on. So I just wanted to bring that to the parish attention at this month that we celebrate and we honor the 100th anniversary of Black History Month.
Thank you, Ms. Narcisse. Anyone else? Council? As a reminder, the committee meeting will be held on February 24th at 4:30 p.m. and it was rescheduled due to Mardi Gras. I need a motion and a second to adjourn. I have a motion by Mr. Melanson, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote. Meeting adjourned.